So hi everyone. I set myself a little challenge today, and that was to do something bold, to do something courageous. And oh, hey doggy. So yeah, I've been trying to think. Okay, so what can I do that's going to be some sort of use, or might actually create some kind of positive change. And somebody suggested the other day that we go into some local shops and we just ask them, what their policy is with wearing masks. And I'm going to actually do another vlog about wearing masks a little bit later, but and just to mask or not to mask. So anyway, we had a Zoom call the other night, and somebody suggested that we go into local shops and supermarkets and businesses, and even though hardly any of them are open at the moment, just the supermarkets, just to ask what their policy is on mask wearing. And I can't wear a mask for medical reasons, but also even if I could wear a mask, I wouldn't be wearing one because A, they're useless. They don't protect you against any virus. B, mainly actually, I should have said A, they're dangerous. They, some people say they're not blocking your oxygen, others say they are. Well, common sense would tell you if you're putting something over your nose and your mouth, it's going to limit your oxygen intake. The other thing is that you're breathing in your own carbon dioxide poisons. And of course, that's going to be dangerous. A couple of people have died in Germany from wearing them, a couple of teenagers, I believe. Say hi to Pepper. Isn't he adorable? I'm doing some dog sitting for my daughter, Sophie, and this is her little dog, Pepper. He's only, he's about 12 weeks old now. And he's a little French bulldog. He's a little heart melter. Where was I? Yes, so masks, obviously, they're dangerous. I mean, 2 people have died in Germany, teenagers, wearing them playing PE of all that. Like, who the hell would have advised that? I don't know. What I'm finding out with this whole COVID thing is that common sense has gone out the window. And also what I'm finding out is, people's common sense and just people's true colours are being shown. How stupid can people be? I'm sorry. I'm not going to mince my words. This is my channel. I can say what the fuck I want on it, and I can have a good rant if I want as well. I think, people's true colours have really shown through during this pandemic. And some people have just, their common sense has just gone out the window. Like, the whole toilet roll thing at the start of it. Who the hell buys toilet roll? Mass amounts of toilet roll, for what purpose? Who buys into that? That'll show you how. And I heard actually that was started on purpose, to see who kind of went for it and who didn't. Because this whole thing has been one big experiment, I think. We are the experiment. And it's crazy actually what I've learned about humans and human beings over the last year. And sorry, but some people are just stupid. No other word for it, just stupid, plain stupid, no common sense. So back to the thing about the masks. I was thinking, okay, what can I actually do that's going to be useful? Because as much as I like having the odd rant and the odd little debate here and there, it's not going to change people's minds. So somebody had this really good idea to go into local businesses, supermarkets and stuff like that, and to ask what their policy is with masks, and to ask if they'd be willing to, you see all these posters in the windows for mandatory mask wearing. But just if they'd be actually willing to put a notice in the window for people with medical disabilities, which I actually have. My father does too. He's got COPD, which is a lung condition. So many people in Ireland have got asthma. I mean, the statistics the last time I heard was 1 in 4. That is a huge amount of people with asthma, breathing related conditions. I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually higher. Then not to mention all the, young people and just people in general with autism, learning disabilities, people who have anxiety, panic attacks, people who have very low blood pressure. That's myself, but I also have a lung condition from the past as well. And so these are disabilities. These are, these have actually been advised to not wear a face mask because it'd be dangerous. I mean, yeah, common sense would tell you that. So I asked this shop owner, to get back to the point. I do tend to waffle on and sort of ramble off. But I went into my local supermarket, and to be honest, it wasn't the most comfortable thing to do. The manager just lives across the road, and like, we really get along. He's a really nice guy, and for the first weeks and weeks and weeks, I wasn't wearing a mask at all. I was the only one going into the supermarket without wearing one, and he never said anything. But then during the level 5 round, to be honest, actually only the last 3 weeks or so I've kind of acquiesced and started to wear one from time to time. But it's been to my detriment. I've actually, I felt like I'm going to be sick. I felt like I'm going to collapse. I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack. And people can think what they want. Am I making that up? I don't really give a shit. It's horrible. And I know people say, well, we're not enjoying wearing one either, but we're just getting on with it. Well, if more people actually started to stand up and go, no, we're not going to wear the face coverings. It's not going to protect against the virus anyway. And people just need to do more of what makes them uncomfortable. I hope this video is making sense, because I think that I've waffled off a little bit. But basically, yeah, like, people need to start doing a little bit more. Like, I met my friend the other day, bless him, he's a lifelong friend, and he just said, I'm just wearing one going into shops and stuff. I just can't be doing with the hassle of it all. But that is everybody's attitude. It's far easier to acquiesce and go along with it and to be part of the tribe, and you're not being kind of ostracized or made to feel uncomfortable because you're the only one without one. But all it takes is one, and then another one, and then another one, and a few more, and it's like, wow, I can guarantee you the amount of people who would soon be joining forces, because so many people shouldn't and probably aren't even wearing them because they think they're doing anything. They're just wearing them because they don't want to stand out, and they don't want to feel like the odd one out, which I get, because it's not very comfortable. Like I said, I've been going into my local supermarket up until very recently, and I've pretty much been the only one not wearing a mask. It's not very nice, but I've just thought to myself, there's no way I'm putting that thing on my face. They're dangerous, they're disgusting, they're unhygienic, and they're not even going to protect you against the virus. I mean, the packaging says that. And the other thing is, I just see them as a symbol of this horrible agenda that's trying to be rolled out across the globe, and trying to get us to, stay silent and not speak to each other. And it's all about control. And so, there's another reason why I just see it as a symbol of something very sinister, actually, something very nefarious. So I went into my local supermarket, asked could I speak to the manager, and we had a little chat in private, and I introduced myself, and I was really nice about it. He, by the way, he was nearly standing on top of the desk with his visor on. I didn't have my mask on. I had my scarf, and I sort of had it kind of up around my mouth, but I was hardly going to put a mask on when the whole point was telling him that I'm exempt. So I went on to say, what's your policy with the masks, and are you aware that there's medical exemptions for people who have medical disabilities? Lots and lots of shops are actually now putting up posters and displays to say that everyone is accepted, even people who have exemptions. And I said, is this something that you consider? And he was like, oh, well, I'd have to speak to, head office. It's a very sensitive subject. I said, very sensitive. I said, well, the thing is, people with these medical conditions, they're being made to feel very uncomfortable, as if they're not ostracized enough. And I named off all the different categories of people who cannot and should not wear a mask because it's actually been advised by healthcare officials not to wear one. It would be dangerous to wear one. People with autism, people with, I think I just named them all out, people with COPD, asthma, all of that. So, he said yes, he was aware of it. And I said, well, would you be willing to put something up in your front window just to say, look, people with medical exemptions are welcome here as well, and just to make them feel, I said, you're a great local supermarket, and I love supporting local, but I said it is quite uncomfortable. I said, I have a medical exemption, and I don't really want to have to go around being the only one. I said, I can guarantee you there's a lot more people who shouldn't be wearing them, and if you had something like that. And he was like, oh no, well, we don't have a problem with people not wearing them. And I said, well, you just have posters all over the place saying that they're mandatory, which kind of gives off the wrong impression. So he was saying, yeah. And he said, yeah, but we don't have a problem with people not wearing them. And I said, well, if you can appreciate, it's quite uncomfortable to have to come in and explain your medical condition. I said, actually, lawfully, I don't even have to give you a reason as to why I shouldn't be wearing them. I'm just doing it out of politeness here. Well, I actually didn't say to him what my medical condition was, because I don't have to lawfully. And so that was my little bold thing for a day. And it doesn't really sound that bold, but it is when the manager lives right across the road in my little estate. It was quite awkward. But I just thought, and look, maybe nothing will really change from it. But I said, look, I'll come back and I'll check back in. He said he was going to phone head office. And I said, okay, so if I come and check back with you, because I said, otherwise, you wouldn't want to be seen as somebody who discriminates against people with medical conditions. I said, I'm sure you wouldn't. This is a great local shop. The staff here are great. So let's just see what happens. I'm going to check back in during the week. And I'm also going to mention it to Sean, or the guy that I do know, that is the manager. Slipped out his name, but you don't know the shop I'm on about. And just see if he can maybe follow up on it as well. And I'm going to do it in some more shops and local supermarkets, and maybe everyone that I enter. And maybe another good idea might be to get my friends to follow up with an email. These are just little things we can do. I just think that if they had these posters on the window, more and more people would not be wearing them, I guarantee you. I think people think and know for a fact these masks are not going to protect them. They're doing more harm than good. And I think people really do know this deep down. So that's my little thing that I did today. My little act of boldness, my little act of courage. And let me know in the little comment section below what you're going to do, or if you have any other ideas about little bold acts of boldness or acts of courage that could be taken, not just COVID related, but in general. So yeah, drop me a little comment below. Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share. It really helps to get the word out about these videos. I've got loads more coming. By the way, they're not all going to be COVID related. I'm just kind of finishing up some course material and some other things that kind of need to move out of the way, and then I'm really going to be focusing on this channel. It's going to be all about self-love, mental health, self-empowerment, my journey with post-traumatic stress, my journey with my dark night of my soul, and or spiritual crisis, some people like to call it. So watch out for loads more exciting content like that coming up. And I'm also going to be talking about astrology as well. And I'm even thinking of maybe doing some, well, on my Instagram page, I am in the future going to be doing moon readings for people. I study astrology as well. But I'm also thinking of doing kind of monthly moon kind of forecasts. So let me know what you think of that as well. It really would mean a lot to me because I'm just getting started. If you would like, comment and subscribe, hit the bell notification to get notified about my new videos, and yeah, let me know about what bold act you're going to take. Goodbye from me and Pepper. Say bye-bye, Pepper. Oh, he's just a heart melter. So listen, much love everybody, and I hope you're all doing well out there, and lots of love.